He knows this is your car. He saw us getting into it earlier.
Hi there, welcome to Flicollex channel. In this video, we will show you a list of 10 scariest movies of all time, which are recommended to watch them when you're alone in your house at night.
One little bit.
10. Insidious. First chapter of this movie has released in 2010. The story is about a family, Josh and Renee and their son, who recently moved to their new house, and their son, Dafton, mysteriously falls into coma, and a strange event starts in their house. After successful box office, James Wan and other producers decided to make other chapter of this movie. 9. The Ring. This American movie, which is a remake of Japanese movie with the same name, released in 2002. The whole story is about a videotape which contains some ambiguous photos and annoying video parts. After watching videotape, viewer phone has been called, and in call they hear a girl sound that tells them they are gonna die 7 days later. The director of this movie is Gore Verbinski, and Naomi Watts is the main actress of this movie. 8. Sinister. True crime writer Ellison and her wife and children moves into a new house that terrible things happen in it. For writing Ellison's new book, Ellison finds 8mm videotape which all contain crime that happened in the house. Strange happenings start for their family, but even moving to new house cannot stop them. Director of movie is Scott Derrickson, and Ethan Hawke rolled Ellison character in movie. 7. Halloween 1978. This American horror and slasher movie is one of the most profitable independent films of all time. The story started at Halloween night 1963 that cops find a girl was nearly dead by his 6-year-old brother Michael. Now, after 15 years, before a couple of days to Halloween, Michael escaped from prison. If you like slasher movies, one of our suggestions for you is watching Halloween. John Carpenter is director of movie, and in 2007, Rob Zombie remade this movie with the same name. 6. Babadook. It's a psychological horror movie written and directed by Jennifer Kent. The story is about a widow, Amelia, who lives with her 6-year-old son, Samuel. She left her husband, Oscar, in an accident. After a while, Samuel starts showing unexpected behaviors and make weapons, but all things start from the night that Amelia read the book with the name of Mr. Babadook for her son. Babadook has a great point from Rotten Tomatoes reviewers, but it wasn't so successful in box office and global welcome. 5. Hereditary. Movie started while patriarch of Graham family passed away. After a while, her daughter Annie feels that she has not still left and strangely accustomed with her daughter Charlie. So, when all family is under threat by supernatural power, Annie must escape from her ominous destiny. This movie has released in 2018, and the director of movie is Ari Aster. 4. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This slasher movie was so respected because after Hitchcock's Psycho and few other movies which released before it, we can name it one of the scariest movies that opened a new view of slasher and horror movies in the mind of movie lovers. Gunnar Hansen rolled a main character as Leatherface, who received many good critics reviews for his act. Finding movie publisher was too hard for this movie because of high range of violence. The story is about some teenagers who lost their ways to Texas. They meet a strange man in a side road. After a while, they understand that they are in the trap of the cannibal family. 3. Annabelle. If you didn't watch this movie, absolutely you hear something about Annabelle doll which keeps safe in a glass box in Eclat Museum. The movie started after Annabelle Higgins' death that happened in a neighbor of a couple, Mia and John. And now, Annabelle wandering spirit is trying to steal their daughter's soul and use a doll for doing this job. After successful box office and global welcome, Two other chapters of this movie released in 2017 and 2019. 2. Conjuring. Second movie of this list is 2013 American movie directed by James Wan. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga acted as Ed and Lauren Warren, two real researchers about supernatural happenings. Critics praised James Wan movie because without showing any violence tried to scare movie viewers. The story is about their family who has 5 daughters and start with their moving to big old house. After a while, their family understand that house is controlled by strange power. Mother of family Caroline speak with Ed and Lauren Warren to take a seed from the house, and also Lauren receives so strong power from the house. And now that power try to conquest one of the family's soul. 1. The Exorcist. If you're a horror movies fan, you absolutely watched Exorcist or at least heard something about it. Exorcist is one of the most successful movies of horror genre that's based on the novel with the same name written by William Peter Blatty. Exorcist was nominated in 10 sections of 46 Oscars and won 2 Oscars. The story started in the suburb of Washington, D.C. that Chris McNeil, the television actress, was worried about her daughter who had seizure. Doctors cannot help her, and finally she decided to get help from an exorcist. Movie has a great box office when it released, and if you are a horror movies fan and haven't watched Exorcist yet, our suggestion for you is to put it at the first of your watch list. So it was the first part of Introduction 10 Scary Movies. As soon as possible, we try to make other parts of this section. And if you know any good horror movies, please write it in comments to add them in other parts list. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe our channel. See you soon till other movies introduction.